Welcome back for another video. The college football team that we'll be breaking down today, our 2026 South Carolina Gamecocks team. We're going to look at the roster, the coaching, their entire schedule, and try to predict what their final record's going to be. We're going to go game by game, break them all down, look at what the team has coming into this season. What's going to be their final record? What are their games they're going to win, lose? They left off the 2024 season with massive expectations. They had a dark horse season that year, just barely missed out on the playoffs. Things didn't quite pan out last season. They went from 9-4 to 4-8 last season. We did say in the preseason there'd be a little bit of a step back. They weren't sneaking up on anyone last season. Snuck up on teams in 24, but everybody was bringing their A game. Lenore Sellers getting preseason Heisman hype. The entire team did not live up to expectations. But now that they're on the down, now that everyone's starting to overlook them, maybe it's time for Shane Beamer to get things back on track. No matter what, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment down below. What do you think their final record is going to be? Leave it in the comment section. I'm going to respond to every comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out that pinned comment down below. And let's jump into this Gamecock schedule. You know, one of the things that really stood out to me after that 2024 season was just how physical South Carolina was. Dominating in the trenches, at the line of scrimmage, front seven playing really good. The offensive line was holding up. Lenore Sellers getting all the hype in the world. Some people had him going at the top of the first round. I said when last season started, personally, I was impressed with them in 24. I wasn't buying the hype last season. I've never been high on Lenore Sellers throwing the ball. He has not been accurate since he's been in college. Some people, they get so caught up in the physical abilities, they don't actually look at the product on the field. He flirted with the transfer portal, opted to come back to South Carolina, got a pay raise. Can he get things back on track? Get things back to that 2024 performance? Just think, 2024, he had 2,600 yards, 18 touchdowns, 7 picks, and he was doing a lot of things on the ground, running for almost 700 yards, 7 rushing touchdowns, had a couple injury concerns last season, only ran for 270 yards. A lot of turnovers last season, was not effective pushing the ball down the field, but you can easily say their wide receiver core wasn't the best. They lost a couple pieces, but I think probably overall coaching staff-wise, Shane Beamer, decent coach, Deion Barnes, he's going to be the guy on defense. Looking at the offensive side, Kendall Briles coming over from Clemson, accomplished offense coordinator, the hurry-up, spread-out offense. They're going to get the most out of Sellers because he's going to use his vertical abilities, but they are not afraid to use a dual-threat quarterback. Look for Lenore Sellers to get back to doing what he does best, getting outside the pocket, scrambling, making guys miss, taking off for massive plays, picking up first downs with his legs, but always still keeping his eye looking down the field for the open receiver. Looking at that offensive staff, some of the pieces they have coming back, Tuggle, Harbor, they have the other Sellers, tight end, Hunt, Drag. There's some weapons there. There's some veteran weapons. There's some young guys coming in, but this is an SEC schedule. It's not going to be easy. In 2024, they snuck up on a lot of teams, 9-4 overall record, just missed the playoffs. But all those losses, one-possession losses, very close games. They almost beat Alabama. If they beat Alabama, they actually make the playoffs that season. But last year, everybody was prepared for them. They heard it the entire year. They were bringing their A game. They weren't going to take the chance of South Carolina beating them. And South Carolina just completely went off the rails. But maybe that's where they want to be. The underdog, it's probably where they're the most comfortable. And now's the season, but it's not going to be an easy schedule by any means. They get everything started September 5th. Kent State, obviously, that should be an easy win. What I want to see most, I think their defense is going to be back on track. They're going to be physical. They're going to be a line of scrimmage team. They're going to have the big bodies at the line of scrimmage. I want to see how the offense looks. The offense was atrocious last season, 20 points a game. You're not going to win games in the SEC averaging 20 points per game. It's not 1940. Got to get that number up around that 28 to 30. That's the sweet spot. Kendall Briles, he's usually always coached very successful offenses, and it's a dual-purpose air raid running type of offense. It's going to be a multiple look. They're going to do a little bit of everything. I want to see how that offense progresses week to week leading up to SEC play because you need some momentum once you start SEC play, but they start out 1-0. After that, they'll be playing Townsend September 12th. Again, this should be an easy win. These are cupcake games. You need to be firing on all cylinders once you start SEC play. They're 2-0. The very next week, week 3, September 19th, Mississippi State Bulldogs coming to South Carolina. Jeff Lebby's team, a buttload of transfer portal players. That's what they do, flip the roster every single season. They were actually pretty decent last year. They were averaging a bunch of points per game in the SEC, 37, 38 points a game. But what was our Achilles heel? Their defense was a really bad joke. They were getting scorched, torched, left and right, up and down the field. I don't think their defense is going to be that much better this season. Keep your eye on this offense, though, but I think South Carolina, they'll probably be able to move the ball in them if they can move the ball on the ground. Control time of possession, keep the ball away from that dangerous Mississippi State offense. They should win this game at home. Give me the Gamecocks walking away with the win, starting out SEC schedule 1-0, but overall 3-0. After that, September 26th, going to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Alabama's one of those unknowns right now. Obviously, they're going to have a new quarterback. Ty Simpson's off to the NFL. They still have Ryan Williams, and I want to see, how does that ground game look? They were pathetic running the ball, one of the worst in the country, the worst in the SEC, running for about 105 to 110 yards a game. You're not going to be very successful doing that. They have Grubbs back. Kalen DeBoer has to get the ship right this season. It's not optional. If they don't make the playoffs this season, the drums are going to be beating very loudly for a coaching change. I have the Crimson Tide winning this one. This was a game South Carolina almost won in 24. Heck, they almost won it last year also, even with not the best performance on the field. They could pull off the upset here. If they win this game, it sets them on a completely different trajectory this upcoming season, because they'd be 4-0 with a win over Bama that put a lot of wind in the sails, but I have them dropping this one right now. After that, they have Kentucky Wildcats coming to town. Whole new coaching staff. Stoops is finally out. Whole new team. Buttload of transfer portal players coming in. That's the unknown. We don't know what they're going to look like now. I hate the unknowns. Too many variables. We just haven't seen them on the field or have any semblance of what the team's going to look like. Give me the Gamecocks winning this one. Then after that, October 10th, going to Gainesville, Florida, playing the Florida Gators. This is a kind of an interesting game here. Some are all coming in. Philo at quarterback, new offensive coaches, new defensive coaches, a completely new team here. A lot of transfer players, very talented team. Actually, top 20, top 15 overall talent-wise on the roster. Physical team, good team, but with all the changes at coaching, how quickly can Florida adapt, get everyone on the same page at the same time? Florida is one of those teams, they're going to pull off some upsets first year. They're going to be upset a couple times first year just because there's a lot of new pieces. Everyone's finding their place on the roster. Give me the Gamecocks going to Gainesville, pulling off the upset victory. Then they have the much-needed bye week, and they're definitely going to need it. This is an SEC schedule, and it is not an easy one. They play a boatload of really good ranked teams. After that bye week, October 24th, the Tennessee Volunteers. Joey Aguilar, as of right now, is done officially playing college football. His appeal was denied. How long can he drag it out in court? Will he be the quarterback? You never know what's going to happen. College football is crazy. Guys are playing 9-10 years in college. Things are getting out of control, but no matter what, Tennessee, Josh Heupel, one of the best offensive minds in the game. He has 2 5-star quarterbacks on the roster. They have a buttload of wide receiver weapons. Defense really good in 2024, top 10 defense. It was a joke last season. They made a change on the defensive side. If they can get back to being a physical defense with the offense he's going to field, this is an underdog playoff caliber team. Give me Tennessee pulling off the victory here. And then after that, the schedule just does not get any easier. It is a gauntlet. Second half of this schedule, one of the toughest, if not the toughest in the country. They're going to be going up October 31st, going to the Oklahoma Sooners. This team made the playoffs last season. Brent Venables, they had the number 1 overall defense in the SEC, leading the SEC in sacks. That front seven, they were getting after it. I see no reason for that to change this season. An aggressive front seven against Lenore Sellers, who's not the best passer. If you get pressure on him, Aaron throws lead to potential turnovers. He can get out of pressure with his legs. But I don't like all the decisions he makes. But with this Kendall Browse offense, it's going to be friendly to the quarterback. You're probably going to see the best version of him. What does Oklahoma look like this season? They also couldn't run the ball last season. John Mateer started out the season hot, broke his hand, never was able to rebound. But if he gets back to that way that he was looking the first, 4 to 5 weeks, they have a potential Heisman candidate on their hands, and they're at home. Give me Oklahoma winning this one. South Carolina drops it. And then the schedule just continues to stay tough. Right after that, November 7th, the Texas A&M Aggies, This is 2 back-to-back games against teams that made the playoffs in 2025. The Aggies, Marcel Reed's back, Mike Elko, physical team, line of scrimmage team. They want to line up. They want to run it right at you, line up in the eye, run it down your throat. They're going to dominate the trenches. I don't have faith that South Carolina, as of right now, has the depth to go 4 quarters with the Aggies. A&M wins this one. Right now, South Carolina's starting to get a little pissed off. 3 straight losses, so you know they're due for a victory. November 14th, going to the Arkansas Razorbacks against so many new coaches in the SEC this season. South Carolina, they're going to bring their A game. Lenora Sellers has a great day against a really bad Arkansas defense. Gamecocks win this one. And unfortunately, again, another top 10 team you have to play. Another team that made the playoffs last season. What? They play 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that made the playoffs last season. That is a gauntlet. November 21st, the Georgia Bulldogs coming to South Carolina. Stockton's there. He's now the veteran. A lot of weapons at wide receiver, deep running back room. They're going to have a top 15 defense. They're going to be physical. It's Kirby Smart. The way South Carolina wins this one is if Georgia gets caught not taking this game serious. Sometimes they play the Bulldogs really close. Sometimes it comes down to one final possession. If you keep the score close, if you keep it a one-possession game, if you have the ball last, you can win it, but I think it's going to be the Bulldogs that have the ball last. Their ground game closes the game out. They drain the 4th quarter down. They take a knee at the end. The Bulldogs win this one. Final game to close out the regular season. If anything can save this season, it's beating one of your rivals. Last game of the year, November 28th, going to Clemson, South Carolina. Your in-state rival here, Dabo Swinney. He's been doubling down on the way that he wants to coach football. It's not really modern right now. This is also a revenge game for Kendall Browse to get back at his old head coach. I'm going to go with the Gamecocks pulling off the victory versus Clemson. This is not the Clemson team of old. Still a lot of talent there. Still a great overall coaching staff, but things have just not been clicking. Gamecocks win this one. They finish the regular season 7-5. Hey, it's an improvement over last season. Not back to where you were in 24, but definitely almost twice as many wins as 25. With the chance to get to a bowl game, win it, get back to 8 wins. Guys, that's our breakdown for South Carolina. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. What do you think their record is? Leave it in the comment section. I will respond to every comment. If you want to sign up for one of our teams, check out that pinned comment. And as always, thank you for watching.